And we're live with a brand new episode of Passt X Balestier Khalsa. We are at a later than usual time, 9 p.m. Going live at 9 p.m. instead of our usual 7:30. That's because we tried, or rather, I tried as much as I could to get my co-host to be on the show. That's why we delayed the start. But unfortunately, he couldn't make it due to work commitments. So, anyways, I'm here alone, manning the fort. We were there at the last match at our Tampines Hub against Geylang International. Result was disappointing, so that was a bummer. But got to say, the atmosphere was great in the stadium. Got to give shout out to the Ultras Eagles for creating that atmosphere. Of course, they won the game, so it got probably louder than they normally would if the result had gone the other way. But yeah, credit where it's due. I think the Ultras Eagles played a big part. And talking about fans, the last time we were at a stadium, or rather at Topayo Stadium to watch Balestier Khalsa play, our fans created quite a big atmosphere as well against Young Lions, if I remember it correctly. And we're going to speak to them today. So, introducing the fans that are commonly known as, or collectively known as, Lightning Tigers. Returning to the show, it's the heart and soul of Lightning Tigers. I've got Alvin Jeet. Hello,
Hi
Alvin.
guys. Hi.
Yes, yes. He's appearing for a second time on the show. If you might remember, we had interviewed him before the start of season, actually, with some other fans of the club, and he had shared some interesting plans that have come to fruition. So, which is what we're gonna speak about today. And with him appearing for the first time on the show, someone who is, I would say, the team manager, the captain, also a player of the Lightning Tigers FC futsal team, someone who is quite well known in the Pangra Bollywood DJ scene, Delvinder. How are you
Hi
doing,
guys.
Del?
Hi. Good. All good.
Thanks for joining us on the show, Del.
My pleasure.
And finally, the last guest is someone I've known for a very long time, actually. We were from the same school, and he's the artist behind the Lightning Tigers, you would say so. The man behind the beats in the stadium, I would say, Mr. Gulsevak Gill. How are you doing, Gulsevak?
Hi, Ras. Yep, doing great.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice having all of you on the show. And I
Yes,
hope you have
likewise.
all had your dinner.
Yep. We had. Thanks.
Yes,
Yeah, we had
yes.
dinner.
Yep. And seeing that all of us are sick, I would say Sasrikal to every one of you.
Yes.
Sasigal.
All right. Okay, guys, let's get the show on the road. First of all, we got to speak about Balestier Khalsa, of course. Just, of course, Elvin, you've been a
Yeah,
fan for quite some time,
yeah.
probably longer than me even. What would you say would be the positives of the season so far?
I think looking at the season, they got back Madhu in the team. Uh, they didn't start with Madhu initially, so along the way they
Yeah.
got Madhu back. Then I think we have seen Madhu perform in some of the games, especially with his dangerous long throws, and actually caused a
Mm,
couple of goals that we scored from his long throws. So I think some positive
yeah.
is bringing back players that used to be playing in the Aztec scene. Yeah, like Madhu, they are back.
Yeah.
I think that is some positive that I've seen and take away from Balestier Cup recently.
So far this season, right?
Yeah,
Sevak, do you have anything to add to what Elvin got to say earlier?
Um, okay, so for the positive part is I think the club has tried to venture out to a lot of I would say sponsorships and also to esports. So I
Yeah.
think the club is not only focused on football, but also in other sports as well. And
Yeah.
I think even they are as a club, even they are under 21 is doing very well, and they also have a female team. So I think generally overall, Balestier Khalsa it's doing quite well compared to some of the other local clubs. Yeah.
Yeah. In that sense, I think what you're trying to say is there's a holistic approach to Balestier Khalsa, whereby you've got your under 21, you got under 17. Most clubs have that. That's the norm. You got your senior team, female team as well, the women team, the esports team, and then of course you guys in the futsal
Yeah.
as well. Your the fan club represented in the futsal. Um, Generally, okay, Elvin, I know you spoke about the at the start of the season, your expectations of the season. Has it been up to that? Has it
Uh,
expectations? I would say.
okay, so it's if you've noticed, the season has been a bit uh inconsistent. I mean, we have been playing well, and then there are 1 2 games that we make some slips, and then we pick it up again in the next game. If you look at the last 4 games, it's like win lose win lose. So it's like a little bit inconsistent there. But looking at it in a positive manner, right? Actually, the defeat that we have is not as bad as the previous time we played the same team. For example, I think previously we lost to Lion City 6-1. And
Yeah,
the next time we played them, which was the most recent one about 3 4 games ago, we lost to them 4-0.
yep,
So there's some improvement that it's not getting too bad. And we lost 4-0, I think was at while we were away. So I
yeah.
think
You were away, and I think we played quite well. I would say
yeah, sadly
for long periods we were like
yeah,
losing 1-0. We had our chances. We could have scored, but we
correct.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the last 20 minutes we conceded 3 goals, and I
Yeah.
was actually quite impressed that they maintained till 70 minutes, with 1-0, and still trying to
Yeah.
push on to get that equalizer.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. I think that has to be something that you've quite summed it up quite well in that sense that Balestier Khalsa, I think they started the season pretty okay. I think did quite well in some matches with all the fighting spirit coming back from deficits, winning games, or even if losing games, but at least they showed a lot of fight to come back from a deficit to take the lead. We were in the
Yep.
stadiums together, cheering them on. So those games were quite exciting. Some positives there, and I'm sure. Yeah, I do agree. I would say it's been a bit underwhelming
Mm.
considering the expectations at the start of the season. Thought we were supposed to be. I expected more. I would say. So
Correct. But
I expected more from the team.
yeah, but if you look
Yeah,
at it towards the second half of the season now, I think we're almost towards the end of the season
yeah.
with
It's
a couple
almost
of
the
games
end
left.
now. Yeah,
Correct. So in the second half of the season, I think we did many things that we have not done in a long time. Example is
mm,
the 6-1 win over Hougang. It was a shocking win that we had, and the team played really
mm,
well. They got a 6-1. They won 6-1, and
yeah,
Jumbo getting his first hat trick in the
yep,
FPL season. And we have
yep,
players like Dalvinder Singh scoring after 4 years
yeah.
back previously when it was I think 2018 or something like that. A couple of years back.
2018. Yeah, yeah.
Correct. And we have our 3 Japanese scoring in the single game together in the sixth
Mm,
one. So I think some positives that they have improved over the second half of the season. They actually
yeah.
these many first that we don't see, like first hat trick, first goal for their winner, and all 3 Japanese scoring in the same game. So I think they
Yeah.
have they have they have they have went beyond their beyond my expectations, and they've definitely gone beyond their boundaries to achieve all these first in this second half of the tournament of the competition.
Yep. And actually, because this season each team playing 4 times, so there are 4 round of matches. So what you're referring to would actually be the third round of
Yes.
fixtures. In the second round, I think they had a lot of games where we lost narrowly, which could have gone our way as well. The games, I think, there wasn't much between us and our opponents. They just, they took their chances. We didn't take our chances. That was all the difference there was in the second half of the season. And the third
Yeah.
half, of course, as you've mentioned, some
Mm.
fantastic win. The Hougang one certainly stands out.
Yeah.
Saberg, you got anything to say?
Regarding the positivity part,
Positives, negatives, yeah.
um Okay, maybe I can say something about the negative parts.
Yeah.
Um, I think like Elvin said, yes, we did have some good games as well, but definitely we had some terrible games. And
What
I
stays out
feel
in your mind when you talk about terrible games? What is that one defeat that you think, oh, that's really, burning in your head?
um I think there was one, if I'm not wrong, it was Lion City Sailors, or was it Alberex? I can't remember now which one was higher. The score.
Lions at Toa Payoh Stadium, right?
No, I think we played away. I
Oh
think it
yeah.
was
Okay,
away
that's
with Lion
yeah.
City. Yeah, I think it was
I
seven
think it's
or
Albirex.
eight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 or 8-0. I think that was something that I will never forget because I was there watching the game as well. So I think certain games, we lack a proper midfielder, a playmaker basically,
Yeah. Correct.
to
You're right.
to make sure that we are giving the right balls to the strikers and creating chances. Yeah. So maybe hopefully maybe next season, we can look at the midfield area. And also
Mm,
certain times, I would say that our defense also, we are making a lot of mistakes at the back as well.
mm,
So we should maybe concentrate on that as well. So I
mm,
would say midfield and defense. I think we do have decent strikers.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good front three. And I got to agree with you with the playmaker in the center of midfield. We look like sometimes, we look like we're completely exposed in the center of midfield in games, and that results in a lot of pressure on the defense and the goal and the goalkeeper as well. So that probably explains why we're conceding quite a lot of goals this season.
Yes, agree. Yeah.
Yeah, Del, I know you've been I mean, you are a very busy man. I know on weekends it's your prime time,
Yep.
to shine. Have you caught any of Balestier Khalsa's matches?
I mean, not in the stadium, but probably on TV. I watched that Hougang game that they beat Hougang 6-1. I was watching it at
Yeah,
home. Yeah.
yeah. So what's your impression of Balestier Khalsa this season based on what you have watched?
Well, I think they were doing bad, like what Elvin said as well. They were doing bad in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, they came back better and showing like even though they lose, but with lesser deficit and
Yeah.
more fighting spirit. So I mean, the ball is round. With better players, maybe better morale of the team, then things might go the correct way. It may take time, but it will definitely happen someday.
Yeah, and I'm sure all of you know that Akbar Nawaz, the head coach, is leaving after the next match against Tampines Rovers.
Yeah.
So, what do you expect from the new coach coming in?
I think we are still finding. We have not confirmed any coaches yet, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
we've
Yeah.
not confirmed any coaches. Like we've not announced any coach. I would say that only that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, I would hope that somebody fresh, somebody maybe who can drive the team a bit further.
Mm,
And yeah, I mean, I don't know who will it be, but hopefully someone that yeah, like I said, will give the team the boost for the next few games left. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, certainly. I hopefully end the season on a high, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And of
Okay,
course,
going back.
we can look forward to Akbar last game with us against Tampines. So Akbar, if you're watching this, get us the win on your last game.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
him to live on a high as well, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Before he proceeds
certainly.
to Thailand.
Yeah, I wish him all the best in Thailand. We met him on Sunday to wish him all the best because we won't be there at the game on Sunday, but we'll be catching it on TV. Elvin, players who for you have been the standout players this season?
I think for me, I would say Jumbo.
Mm,
Jumbo has shown from based on where I have watched him play in the previous season. As in the last time I watched him was somewhere in last when I newly joined, and when I just started following Balestier Khalsa. So I think he has grown. He has taken as a captain. He has
Mhm.
led the team to some victories and definitely some defeats as well. But he always has that. He's always pushing the team in morale,
Yeah.
and I think he has scored a couple of goals. And I think he has his own battle to to break his goal limit that he has set
Yeah.
to achieve.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Correct.
that one
Correct.
player
Correct.
for me,
True.
so that one player for me would be Jumbo.
Okay. If you could name others, then anyone else that stands out?
Others, I think Bruncevic actually notice some games he doesn't play as a we all know he's a defender, but sometimes he doesn't play as a he plays like a center defensive mid at the back because he has the
Yeah.
he's the attacking vibe in him. So he's actually quite dangerous when he attacks, and
Yeah.
he has to come back down and defend. So I think to explore maybe giving him a attacking role as well, maybe a center attacking role. But then again, we know he is a defender.
Yeah. True. Savak, for yourself, anyone that impressed you or you felt maybe you expected more from this player?
Um, I mean, someone who have impressed definitely is Jumbo. I'll go with Delvin as well. But I think when Madhu joins the team somewhere in the second half of the league, he I would say that there was a bit more uh the
Bite?
defense became a bit more stronger,
Mm.
and because of his throw-ins, his long throws, he definitely we created more chances when we were in front as well. So I
Mm.
would say Madhu for me definitely.
Okay. For me, I would also put out there Wailun. I think Wailun's been really hardworking player. He's given his all in every game he's played. I think he's been fantastic wherever he's played. In fact, he's played in so many different positions. I think Wailun and Amir Hakim has also impressed me a lot. Nazri Nasir's son. So that's another player that I think has been impressive. I would say probably the other two Japanese players alongside Jumbo. I expected a bit more from them, but is maybe that's got to do with the supply line from the midfield, maybe not getting through to them. So perhaps that's hindering their performance a bit. So yeah, that's that. Okay, we've got some comments here. Actually, it's a couple of comments from Lingesh Kumar, all the way from UK. Lingesh says, "Hi guys, it shows that we have fans need to have lots of patience as the club is being revamped from the ground level towards improvement." And the next comment says, Coach Akbar's departure is a shock and slightly disappointment for me, but I'm sure it's been discussed at management level and what's best for him and the club. Hope the players are coping and looking forward towards the future. So I think he shares our sentiments. I think, yeah, indeed, it was a shock when news broke through that the head coach Akbar Nawaz was leaving for Udon Thani before the season was even over. So it did came as a shock. Disappointment because I think he had a plan on how he wanted the team to play, and I've always spoken to Darwin, and he's always mentioned as a 3-year plan, and it'll take time before it comes to fruition. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you sum up his performance as a manager then, Elvin?
I think he came in with a different concept. He had his own tactics that he had set out to achieve.
Mm,
He tried something different that maybe the previous coach did not try, and I think we can still explore different options. It may not have worked well, but I'm sure he did his level best as a coach. No coach would want the team to lose. Every coach
yeah.
would want the team to win. So maybe it didn't work out as well as maybe he wanted it to. But yeah, we will see what's the next plans with from the management with the next coach, and let's see.
Mm. Yeah, certainly. I think his philosophy is always to play the ball on the ground,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of criticism about the pitch at Toa Stadium. That it's not exactly the best surface to play that way that he wants to play, and he might not have the players that are able to play the way he wants to play. So that perhaps explains why results have been as it is. Okay, just last question on Balestier Khalsa. I think just gonna ask you guys on the kits that they have produced this season. Del, you've watched Balestier a bit. Um, any jerseys from Balestier that has impressed you?
I think the current one that you're wearing is one of my favorite jerseys that we have.
Okay,
Yeah,
That's
the red
nice.
one.
Okay. You guys, Elvin, Savak,
Yep.
best
Yep.
kid.
I would say this is still the one that I'm wearing as well.
The Sunderland
Um,
one, right?
yes, yes. Yep. I actually liked but I think that was just one off jersey. I think it was some rainbow color or something like that. It was a third.
A limited
No,
edition, I think.
yeah, it was
Is
a limited edition. Yeah.
is it the one the coaches are wearing? That's the esports
Yes.
jersey.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the esports one. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Elvin, yourself?
for me, I like the way they the black one.
The black one. Yeah, the black one is nice as well. It's quite classy. I agree.
Yeah,
Have you got it?
yeah. I yep. I have the black one, and I have the go home and away jerseys.
Hmm.
Always there having it.
Yeah, but I think my personal favorite is actually the training kit. They have got a blue one with Top
Mm.
Grid as its sponsor. I think that's really nice. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Top grade,
sleeveless,
top
right?
grade.
Yeah.
No. With sleeves.
Oh.
They're not Cameroon, but yeah, it's with sleeves. It's blue. Top Grid's one of your members as well.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
shout out Top Grid.
How to give from top grade.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. That's that for Balestier Khalsa. I think all of us, of course, hope that they do well and end the season well on a and end it high on a high, right? A few games left to play. Hope to see you all at the stadium as well. Tampines Rovers coming up on Sunday, 5:30. Would you guys be there at the our Tampines hub?
We haven't made the plans yet, but we will try to send some guys down.
Hmm.
Definitely.
All right. I think they would do with your support, especially if it's the way you did and against Young Lions. I think that certainly would help them a lot. All right, guys, moving on from Ballistic Khalsa, going to Lightning Tigers, the official fan club of Ballistic Khalsa. Elvin, you spoke earlier when we met before the season started. You spoke about the foundation of this fan club, and it finally come together. Um, so tell us about when it was founded and who are the founders behind it.
Okay, so as we discussed previously with Jasdeep in the first interview
Yeah.
of this episode, yeah. So we started off just going down to stadium to support Balestier Khalsa, and along the way, I pulled in Good Saver and Jasdeep as well, and then we started to think what else we can do besides supporting the club. So we spoke to Don, we spoke to Darwin after that, and then we said, okay, we understand there's a D2D tournament competition which you had introduced to me, the fan club.
Yeah.
And we had a 1 week period to get players, just like 1 week to get the players before the start of the season. So Guseva and myself and Jazzy spoke, and then we quickly got our players in and form a futsal team to represent Balestier Khalsa in the D2D fans club league.
Hmm. All right. Savak, now on you. The players that have been recruited into the team, has that transferred into support for the club?
Yes, definitely. I mean, before they joined the team, we were all just friends, and we, maybe play soccer maybe twice a week or something like that. So when these guys came to the league, and then they also saw the support from the Blessed Khalsa side as well. They are always sending down players to support us, and definitely a few of them also came down for the games and all. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yes, they have come down to the stadium and support, or if not, definitely watching the games at home.
Okay, Del, you're one of the new fans, I believe,
Yep.
of the club,
Mhm.
right? How impressed have you been with the club, the way they're running things behind them in the background?
To be talking about Balestier or like inside Tigers?
Belser
Okay.
Khalsa.
Basically, like we see the support that we get from them and the staff that comes down and support our little game, that our little tournament that we just
Yeah.
called the fans. So that shows a lot that these guys are actually, they can lend some support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also a very good point you brought up, because across the clubs, a lot of fan clubs in that league. We've got about 8 clubs in the league.
True.
A number of them are local fan clubs,
Correct.
and amongst the local fan clubs, Balestier has shown the most support in the league, because almost every week someone from the club is there to
Correct.
watch the games and support you guys in one way or another. How has the club supported you, besides just being there at the games? How else has the club supported you, Del?
Um, Besides that, I think there was a friendly that they even organized at the stadium before the one of the friendlies, one of the league matches.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think even that also gives like a bit of exposure to this current team, Lightning Tigers, that we are trying to, to let people know who we are. So that
Hmm.
also give us a bit of exposure. So this is all planned out by the club itself.
Yeah, true. Yeah, on that point also, let me just share with the fans and whoever else is listening that before home matches on weekends, I would say not Friday nights and all, because I think it will be too close for players to rush down from work, and also before home matches on weekends, Lightning Tigers will be having like a friendly invitational kind of a, I wouldn't even say it's a tournament. It's just a some friendly games against opposition fan clubs. So, if, for example, they're going to play against Gelang, perhaps at the next home game, then they'll play against Ultras Eagles, and we'll get someone else, some other fan club to join in and play. And like the first ever edition again, before the home match against Young Lions, was it? Yep. We
Yeah.
had Arsenal fan club turned up, as well as a social team called RSA. So that's something that is happening before the before the home game of Balestier Khalsa. So on the season now, you've you're one of the front runners in the league. What a season it's been. Has it been up to your expectation? And when you started off the season,
I mean,
anyone can
yeah,
answer
it,
this.
it
Yeah.
has been it has been up to our expectation. We were trying to go into every game to clinch the win. Actually, not
Mm.
really bothered about the goal difference, but then that became a big part after that. Seeing
Yeah.
teams also having good high goal difference, and then also squaring up with us on the same points. So
Mm.
then we started like, we need to do both. We need to get the 3 points, and we also need to get the number of goals that we can put in against whichever team.
Yeah. And what have you got to say about the opposition that you face, the level of the opposition you face?
I mean, there's a fair mix. I would not say they are bad teams. They are strong teams. I mean, every team comes into the game different. Sometimes they have more players. Sometimes they have new players, and sometimes we don't know. We've not seen them before. Like, if we're
Mm.
gonna play them then the next round, and we see that, they've got a different set of players.
Mm.
So, I mean, the level it's pretty mixed. I would not say that there is a better team and there's a worse team. Every team definitely comes down to give it their best, and some of them just out there to enjoy football, and some of them are really out there to be really competitive.
Okay, and who has been the most competitive alongside you? It has to be,
It has to be the two French team, PSG and Lyon, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
I
So
would not
that's
say the rest are not like I said, not up
yeah.
to standard, but yeah, I mean, we give every team a hard fight, and we try to come out winners every game. We try to.
Mm. Okay, so Lingesh is quite active today. Big thank you for coming together towards forming the Lightning Tigers. Encourages the fan base to increase. So thumbs up by Lingesh. So that's for you guys. Yeah. All right, Elvin. Besides the league, of course, how else are Lightning Tigers engaging the fans? Like, fans that are not part of this futsal team, are they welcome to join you guys? Maybe if they're not footballers, maybe they want to be part of the club, of your fan club rather. Can they join?
Yes, definitely. So you don't need to be playing football or soccer to be part of our fan club. It's just an additional
Mm,
advantage if you have. So you can have some kick about with us and stuff like that. Ultimately,
mm,
we are still going down to support Balestier Khalsa in at Toa Payoh or in their away games. So if you cannot play soccer, it's okay. You can still join us. We can form a group. We started bringing the drums down to the stadiums, and we starting to create that atmosphere that I once spoke about a couple of episodes back. When we want to
yeah.
get the drums, we want to get the atmosphere. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have spoken to the Malay uncle there, It's there at every game.
The
He's
the
always on.
raw.
He's all
Yeah.
the raw. Yeah, the uncle. Yeah. So we need more fans like that to come and join us. So if you're whoever the fans are watching, you're in Singapore, yeah, please come down to the stadium. We can either hook us up through Balestier Khalsa itself, or you can find my name, Saver or Delvin name, or even through Ras. You can come through Ras, any of us. Actually, come forward and join our fan club that we have. You can also come down our games. You're more than welcome. It's every Monday. It varies from 8 to 8:40 to 9:20. So if you're keen, you can just let us know. We'll add you in. And we also have a Facebook page. We have a Facebook and Lightning Tigers Instagram page. So if you're shy, you can just drop us a text on our social media platform and we can get in touch.
Okay, that's so. If you heard it, fans, that's the way to get through to the Lightning Tigers. If you're interested to be part of their group, essentially it's all for all fans, right? It's not just for not just formed to be a football team. It's meant to be something where the fans can come together and support the Khalsa SPL team. Sevak, gotta speak to you about this. I think you've probably noticed in other games there are fans, opposition fans actually, that come down to the stadium, they're singing, they have their chants and all that. And you're the guy behind the toll, which is the drum that you're beating. But is there any chance that you have come up with songs for Balestier, or
Okay, we
collectively? In fact, you guys.
we are still actually working on that, because most of the chants that the Singapore football teams are singing now, it's all copied from the English
Correct.
Premier League, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I spoke to Dell and Elvin as well. So we are trying to come up with something, but we want to be unique as well. And yeah, so for the time being, we are just having fun, playing the drum. And when it's time to defense, we start defense, attack, and if we want the goal, we will just shout that as well. But definitely, hopefully the next time that when we speak, we can actually tell you what is the new chant for Plastic Alsa would be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And what you've said is also very true, because the chants other clubs are using are actually, yeah, from the Premier League or from neighboring countries, Indonesia, Malaysia. I've heard some chants that I know sang in Malaysia's national team games and all. So very familiar to me, but I know where those chants are coming from. And yes, you have something there where Balestier has the ability to create chants of their own to be unique. As it is already, you are the only one that is not using a drum per se. You're using a toll, which is a different kind of a musical instrument, right? So that in itself sets you apart from the other fan clubs in Singapore. Del, you got any inputs on this songs for the clubs?
I mean, it'll take time. I think Saber is probably working on it.
Is
As
there a
well as
lyricist here?
um
Maybe
together and come up with
Lingesh Kumar can
something
help us.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
any one of you who do have ideas, you can drop it in the comments, or you can just give it to us on our social media platforms as well.
Yeah, he's asking any songs written. So Lingesh Kumar, you got any songs, man? Give it to these guys. They can probably, bring it to life. We got a couple of DJs here as well, so you never know. They might
We can
drop
drop in the
a
beat, just give us the lyrics.
yeah, correct, man. They can drop in the beat, you give them the lyrics, you might have something playing. So instead of, whenever Balestier Khalsa scores the goals and Eye of the Tiger comes on, you could have this song coming on instead. I'm sure Darwin will be open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a good chat with all of you. Wish you all the best at your fan club futsal league. And also, I think if there are any players listening into this show, do come down and support the guys. There have been quite a few players that have come down and support the guys. And if you want to know where they play, they're playing at Plaza 8, which is at Changi Business Park. I know not the most accessible place if you're not staying in the east, but yeah, it is what it is. That's where they're playing. So it's Monday nights, 8 p.m. onwards. So come on down, support the boys. And I know some of the players that have come down and support you. They've been impressed with your performances. I've spoken to them, and it's their way of giving back to the team as well. That's what they've told me. So, and I know someone like Madhu, as in fact, has been vocally on Instagram. At least he's mentioned about the support that you guys have given them. So hopefully you see Madhu at one of the games soon.
Yes, definitely.
That
And
that'll be good.
yeah, and of course, thank you, Russ, for coming up with this fan club tournament as well, and always engaging us with your talk shows and everything.
Well, welcome, my pleasure. And it's of course very nice to see all of you every week. But of course, there I got to be neutral. So
But I just
Yeah.
one thing to I just want to add one thing before we
yeah,
close the show. Yeah, so don't only think that we are playing in the fan club. So like recently we participated in the Khalsa tournament, a tournament that was organized by Khalsa, a 7-a-side
yeah.
tournament, and we played our hearts out. We went to the quarterfinals, but sadly we lost by like penalties. So we are
Mm.
not only looking towards the fan club, but we are looking at to represent Balestier Khalsa overall as a fan club of Balestier Khalsa in other leagues, in other tournaments as well. So we are trying to bring Balestier Khalsa name out open to more avenues in Singapore.
And also you've got a flag as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
Del is the creator of the flag.
Okay.
Kudos to
Yeah.
Del for getting the flag together 2 times.
Do you have it with you now? Could you just if
I
you have
think
it
one of
with
the
you,
guys took
just
it back after the last game at the
oh,
D2D ring.
a pity.
Oh,
Oh, I
oh,
think probably
I
Savak
think
has it. He's
I
looking for
think
it.
I think maybe
uh,
Saber. I think Saber has it.
He's gone to look for it. Oh, there
Yep,
it
he has it.
is.
Yep, he has
There
it.
you have it. It's wonderful, no? Where have you got the jerseys from, by the way? It's very nice jerseys.
We got it from. It's actually from Team Jerseys. This company called Team Jerseys. It's on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a nice flag as well. There, look at that. Colors. Lovely colors.
I just used
so
this background of the jersey and created the
Yeah,
background for the flag.
use the design, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can see that. It looks a bit England, like England's flag a bit also. Yeah.
And we have the Balestier Casa logo on the side.
Yeah. True. That's nice. Has anyone from the club seen this? Has That's my question, Elvin.
I think this flag we just got it like about a week ago, a week plus ago. So actually the first time we used it was at the Khalsa tournament that we on Sunday. So the recent Sunday that went by was the first time we brought the flag. So if you
Okay.
go to our social media page on Instagram, right, our Instagram page, you can see us posing with the flag there. And we also brought it down on Monday. So
Yeah.
a big shout out to Hougang Hoos because they inspire us. They inspire us to get the flag, bring it down. So Hougang Hoos, Elvin,
All
you're
right.
watching. Thanks for the inspiration.
Oh, yes. I don't think he's watching, but I'll let him know.
We
So
felt
shout out.
left out without having a flag, so we decided we need to put something out there as well.
Yeah, true. Hopefully, in the future, you got scarves and other merchandise as well for the fans.
We'll work
Okay,
with, we'll
guys.
work with Nathan on that.
Yeah. He must see this. I gotta let him know on this. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot again, taking the time
Sure.
out to speak to me. It's been quite late as well. I think. Have a good night. Have a good
Right.
evening, and
Yep.
I'll see you again soon.
Yep. See you on
Alright.
Monday.
Good night.
Yep.
Yep.
See
See
you.
you Monday.
See you on
Thank you,
Monday.
Ralph, for having
Cheers.
us.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers. See you. Bye.
Welcome. Cheers. Bye bye.